Alrighty, so we're here with a product review today. I purchased the Infinite Black Necronomicon design deck box a few days ago, and it just arrived yesterday. I got home late from work, so I wasn't able to really do anything once I got home, but we're doing it now. So it is a deck box from the company Infinite Black. They make card sleeves, dice, and now deck boxes, and I think there's a couple other things they make. I think playmats too. I haven't gotten a playmat yet. I'll be reviewing one hopefully soon. So I seen the deck box. I seen an ad for it. I was like, hey, looks really cool. It's got a really cool aesthetic. So I, went ahead and purchased it. It retails for $14.99. A couple things about it. First of all, I apologize for the guerrilla style videography that's going on right now. But so I purchased it. It's $14.99 retails. So they say on the website it holds, I believe, 160 unsleeved standard size trading cards. It holds 100 sleeved cards if they're sleeved and they're glossy sleeves, which their sleeves are about the same size as like Ultra Pros, or these are the Game Genics that I have over here. So as far as their sleeves, just a quick note on that. I did purchase some earlier in the year, and I mean the artwork is beautiful. I absolutely love it. That's why I purchased them in the first place. But unfortunately, first shuffle, the artwork started peeling away, and obviously that's no good. I do have some that are double, I almost say double sleeve, but like my Crick deck for Magic, he is actually in one of their sleeves. So this is in a KMC outer sleeve too. So this is what the sleeves generally look like. You can see it's very, very, very glossy. But they look great. Unfortunately, they shuffled great too, but just the artwork started peeling. So I don't know if it's like a patent that Dragon Shield has or what, but I would really like to see more companies kind of, I would like to see them look into printing the art directly onto the sleeve. I know Ultra Pro has kind of figured it out a little bit with the different guilds and stuff. But anyway, so I wasn't very happy with the sleeves, right? I mean, I was content because I was like, okay, they're art sleeves. They're not Dragon Shield art sleeves, but you can just put them in an outer sleeve is fine. I usually double sleeve my Commander decks and stuff anyway. So I was okay with them. Like, all right, it is what it is. So anyway, with this, so they say it holds 100 single sleeved cards if they're sleeved and they're in gloss sleeves. It says it might, and it says it's on the website too. You can check it. I'll link the website in the description of the video. But it says that it might hold less than 100 if you use thicker sleeves. We're about to see that. It says it has a triple magnetic closure on the door here. You can definitely see and feel the three magnets when you open it up, but we're gonna put all that to the test. So I've already done all this prior to shooting, similar to kind of how Tolarian Community College does it. Shout out to the professor, by the way. I'll link his stuff in the description. I'm no professor. I don't have the video production quality that he has. I'm not attempting to be him, but I don't know. I've seen a lot of people in the comments on their pages and on the Twitter and whatnot that they're really excited. People are really excited for this deck box, and I want to give it a fair and honest review. So anyway, so we're gonna open it up. So it opens up on the side here. So it opens up like a book. You can see the design in here. So aesthetically, this knocks it out of the park, right? Like, I absolutely love the art and design on this. Very, very horror, gothic, HP, like Lovecraft-esque themed stuff. But so yeah, so I open it up, and I open it up out of the package, and the first thing I realize is this is cardboard. This is not plastic. This is not similar kind of to like the Dex protection. It doesn't have like a material, like a faux suede or anything like that. Like these are still cardboard, right? But they still feel sturdy, right? This just feels like cardboard. Like it feels very cheap, and you can feel the 3 magnetic closures here. So it has this ribbon here. Let's talk about the ribbon really quick. So let's talk about that. So apparently it's made to separate, they say, your cards while it's in there. The only instance I can think that this would be a thing is if maybe you put like your standard or your modern deck, if you're playing Magic, and you have like either some tokens or you have like a sideboard or something in there. You can set those in. You can lift the ribbon and set them in there and put the ribbon on top and put your deck in, and so that way you can just pull the ribbon up and bring it out. So I'm not a fan of the ribbon designs on a lot of deck boxes like these, just because, at the end of the day, it's just a ribbon, right? So if something happens and you accidentally pull too hard or it gets caught or something, if that ribbon goes, that's it. It's not like that's a replaceable part. It's not like, like a satin tower or something. It's not like, oh, like this lid cracked, I can just use the lid from another satin tower or something. There's no like replaceable, it's not a replaceable component. So I wasn't really a fan of that. So first of all, so they say, and I kind of figured this was going to be the case, but so I wanted to test it. So up first, I have this will be the first of 4 decks we're going to test. So I have my Commander deck here. This is double sleeved in Dragon Shield, the Empire State Dragon. These are double sleeved with Dragon Shield inner sleeves and the brushed series. So we'll kind of do it like this. So we go to drop it in, and as you can see, there is absolutely no way that this is fitting, even if you, and it hurts to do this for some of the cards I have in here, but you can see even if you push it down, there's no way that's fitting, right? So I was like, okay, that's fair. That's fair. The Dragon Shields, they're tanks. I absolutely love the Dragon Shield brush series, by the way, for what it's worth. Absolutely amazing sleeves. So those didn't work. So I said, okay, so double sleeve doesn't work. Let's try, excuse me. So I'm like, let's try the next Commander deck, single sleeved with Dragon Shield brushes, the Halloween Dragon. I'm so happy I was able to find those locally. I was able to support my LGS. So I put these in here, and as you can see, so the stack is definitely smaller, but still not quite enough. So obviously the Commander, like I said, is is in something a little bit different. That's usually how our play groups do it. But as you can see, you go to close it, and it's just like, look at that. So you can't close it. So I said, okay, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. They did specifically say thicker sleeves, it probably won't fit. Okay, cool. That's fine. So I wasn't even mad. It was just kind of like, that sucks, but that's fair. I'll give them that. So we're gonna move on to my next Commander deck, number 3. These are double sleeved, but these are the Game Genics. For what it's worth, I absolutely love these sleeves. I could rant and rave about how much I really like these, but that's another video for another day. So these are double sleeve with Dragon Shield smoke inners, and again, as you can see, like I said, there's the Commander card on top, but there's no way, right? So I said, so I started raising some eyebrows, right? Because I'm like, okay, so the Game Genics aren't Dragon Shield thick. They're, to me, thickness wise, they're very, very similar to Ultra Pros, right? and that's not a bad thing at all. I just for comparison's sake, if you guys haven't bought those. So I was like, okay, now we'll move to the last deck. This is all Gamegenic. It's single sleeved, right? So as you can see, it's already dramatically smaller than the other decks. So I said, okay, so we'll go, they said it'll hold 100 if it's with their gloss sleeves, right? And as you can see, even if I push it down, it's just, it's gonna puff up because there, but if I push it down, it doesn't quite fit. If I go to close it, you can see it's just, even if I, push it closed, that's not closed, right? Like yeah. So it doesn't hold 100 single sleeve cards. I don't know exactly how much of a difference. I would like to. I'm not going to because I don't think I have 100 of them left. But I would like to test and see if it would actually hold 100 of their sleeved cards. So I said, you know what? Maybe this just isn't made for Commander, right? Which is unfortunate because I am a Commander player. But I said, you know what? Maybe this isn't made for Commander. So I went and grabbed my standard 60 card single sleeved Pokemon deck, right? Single sleeved, all in Gamegenics, right? I said, okay, cool. So drop these boys in. All right, cool. As you can see, I'll hold the ribbon in front. As you can see, there's a nice little bit of room, right? So I was like, okay, cool. So this fits. So it could be a standard, like I said, modern, pioneer, 60 card deck with like a side, room for a sideboard and some tokens or whatnot. So that's fine. So closes up. You can see closes up just fine, right? So obviously it's going to move around a little bit, but you can see this is where the flap is at, right? And I already did this, but I'm going to turn it. Wasn't even giving it that much of a shake. I'll do it one more time just to kind of show you guys. But there was not a lot of pressure, like at all. Like it's just naturally just kind of holding it, right? Triple magnetic closure, they say. I don't know if you guys can really pick this up on camera. Probably. I don't think. Yeah, you probably won't be able to. But you can visibly feel where the 3 magnets are in here. But so see, you can see I'm just letting the natural weight of the cards hold up against the door. So it would hold a excuse me, apologize. So it would hold, like I said, a standard modern pioneer deck with room for tokens, sideboard, etc. But I love the aesthetic of this, don't get me wrong, but it's just it's a fail. I'm sorry. It's I try to be honest whenever I've done like a product review or told people about a product, but it's a fail. I'm sorry. I think they dropped the ball on it. So first of all, nowhere on the site does it specify what materials that it's made of. So I didn't really, I'm not even gonna lie. I seen what it looked like and I just checked. I was like, does this hold 100? Okay, so it might not hold 100 Dragon Shields, but I'm like, that's fine. I can use Gamegenics for Ultra Pro. So I jumped on and just ordered it, right? So I just went in. And upon looking on the website and the product page and the different designs, there's like 4 or 5 different designs for the deck box. Upon looking on the page, nowhere does it specify what the deck box is made of. And I think that's a bit of a red flag. Just from the get-go, right? I think that's a red flag that you don't specify, oh, it's made with, plastic or metal or cloth. Like it doesn't tell you any of the materials made, right? So in retrospect, that was a red flag. Was $15, which is, for a quality deck box, that's fine. But I can't get behind paying $15 as beautiful, like I said, aesthetically, this knocks it out of the park. But I can't get behind paying $15 for this when for $10, right? Set this guy here. When for $10, I can go and get a satin tower, right? I mean, you're talking, as you can see, you're talking double sleeved with dragon shields, right? And you know, I just for $10, you know, and so I would have been okay, like I said, if it would have been something similar to like the Dex protection boxes. So these don't have a strong magnetic closure, right? And that's fine. I don't expect to be, you know, doing one of these with it. Have it jostling around in my bag. I usually just kind of keep this almost just for kind of like a display piece, or if it's in like a box, right? But I was kind of expecting it to be something like this, right? To kind of have like that material finish. Maybe, you know, have like that printed on. I wasn't really expecting, you know, something like the interior that this has. This is kind of like a Dex protection staple, right? It's kind of just something that they do. But I was expecting something more along the lines of this, right? You know, it you can tell, you know, what the materials are, but it still doesn't feel, you know, super cheap, and it looks nice, right? But just I hate to say it, Infinite Black, but it just, I'm not about it. I'm not about it, man. I would love to see, if possible. I don't know if they can, but I would love to see if there's a way if they could almost get kind of like, so kind of, I like the idea that it's like this book, right? It's like a grimoire style book. That's the idea behind the deck box. So I think that's really, really cool. Because, you know, that's supposed to be the whole, you know, the whole idea. Like, you know, it looks like a book, and then, you know, it opens up, and, you know, you got your deck. So I think that's really cool. But I would honestly rather, if they're gonna go the book route, I mean, make it something like this. Make it a design like this, where, you know, you can stand it up, and you know, make it out of like, you know, like a plastic, you know, have like some type of like latch or something on the front, you know, some type of clasp. Just, I don't know, for 15, I'm not exactly satisfied as a customer, right? I don't think I'm gonna go as far as the, you know, ask for my money back. I think that's a bit much. You know, I jumped in, I bought it, it is what it is. But I think going forward, it would be really, really nice to allow your customers to have options, right? So let's say, because like I said, I haven't tested it. Let's say that it holds 100 of your, or 100 sleeves cards if they're sleeved with your guys' sleeves, right? Okay, so that's cool. That, you know, you have the idea of like, okay, you know, they can purchase our sleeves and stuff, you know, to work with this product. That's fine, but it would be nice to have the option to be able to use, you know, Game Genics, Ultra Pros, Dragon Shields, you know, KMCs, you know, and any other type of decent sleeve that's, or, you know, or even the really good sleeves that are on the market. It'd be nice to just have that option to be able to use that and not be locked into buying your guys' sleeves if that is indeed the case. But for $15, like I said, and it's coming back to that price point, just for 15, I can't see a world where I buy something like this, you know, knowing that there's something like this out here. You know, I have 2 satin towers, and I've had them for a couple years now. You know, I used them when I was traveling around for Pokemon, and at one point I had both of my decks that I was trying to play in standard in one. It was holding 120 single sleeve cards. Yeah, it was a little bit of a tight fit, but it wasn't damaging my cards. You know, so I don't see why you wouldn't buy something like that. I still think for the money and the value and the bang for your buck, the Satin Tower is the best deck box on the market. Free, no contest. So as far as this though, Infinite Black, if I was the professor and giving you guys a grade, I would definitely I don't want to. I don't want to be harsh and say, it's an F for fail, because like he has said, usually, so I would usually reserve like an F grade for something that's going to damage your cards. This is not going to damage your cards, but it would be a D, for don't buy. It's just, it's a box, right? It's a little cardboard box. That's this. This is just a very cheap box, right? Like I said, for 15, I feel like I can get something that's build quality way better. So like I said, I would even like if you guys could even look at the like the Game Genic route. I think it's the is it the Watchtower Squire or whatnot, but like so it could have like the premise of like the being like having like a book cover to close it up, but then the cover is completely detachable. And then you can just put it on the back, right? So I think that would be really cool if you could somehow go like that route. So that way, and to be able to use like better quality materials, you have a stronger clasp, a stronger hold, and I think it would just look better too. Like I said, aesthetically it looks nice, but unfortunately, I feel like I essentially paid $15 for a dice box. As much as I hate to say it, and even if this was, you gotta look at how deep this goes, right? You got to think if this was completely filled with dice, like I would have zero confidence in doing a shake test with the dice in it. I think it would just go everywhere. So I'm not a fan, unfortunately. I hate to rip into you guys, but I don't think this is it. I think you guys unfortunately kind of missed the mark on this one. I'm not too happy with it, but I mean, hopefully, if there's a version 2 that eventually comes out and there's some changes made, like I say, even if there's just a stronger magnetic clasp, or like not even like clasp, but there's just stronger magnets or some type of latch or something to really like keep it closed, I could get behind that, because it's like, okay, I could, like I said, I could throw my standard, modern or pioneer deck in here with like my sideboard, and it's good, it's closed, it's secure, and I could toss it in my bag, and I'm all set to go, right? But I wouldn't even feel comfortable putting my standard deck in there. There's no security with these magnets, and it just feels very cheap. So, but with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Shout outs to Tolarian Community College and Professor. Kind of inspires me to want to do more product reviews. I'll leave his stuff in the description, his YouTube and his Twitter. Check them out. And, the same rigmarole that everybody else is saying right now, with the pandemic going on, if you can, support your local game stores. They do need you right now more than ever. If you're a Commander player, Commander is, especially for your local stores that sell Magic or you go and play Magic, Commander is pretty much what's keeping those guys afloat. Don't let them fool you. Commander and EDH is pretty much what's keeping those game stores open as far as Magic right now. But support your local game stores. Stay safe. We're in for another rough patch, I feel like, but appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like I said, I apologize for the guerrilla style video and this being done just kind of in one shot, but got to work with what you got. So appreciate you guys for watching, and we'll catch you on the flip side.